Hey everybody, welcome back. In this last installment of MacBook Pro Basics, we're going to talk about a few things, starting with Microsoft Office, and then moving on to Safari, and then we're going to talk to Siri just a little bit. All right, let's get to it. Okay, for this part of the video, let's kick it off with talking about using Office products. Now, like most of us, aka just me probably, Um, I needed a way to still create documents that I was also working on at the same time on a Windows-based PC. The question is, how do you get that on your Mac device? So pretty much exactly the same way as you would on your Windows-based PC. I'll show you what I already have. If I go up to the menu bar and go to Go, so G-O, and look at my applications, you're going to essentially find an app. You'll notice here I have Microsoft Excel downloaded already, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Outlook already installed on the device. And so here's how I was able to get those here. So I went to the App Store. I don't know why I just closed the applications when I clearly need that to go to the App Store. So this is the exact same App Store that is on your iOS device if you are an iPhone user, and the same if you're an iPad user. Now you may have more or less options depending on what's compatible with a Mac OS device, and some things may look a little different to make it more compatible with a Mac OS device. But heading here to the App Store, I went to search and I needed Microsoft, so I'll just start with that. Instead of typing in the exact package I'm looking for, you can find the individual apps. So there's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. There's also Microsoft To Do, and I also have OneDrive in order to sync my um, files I create in PowerPoint, Word, and um, Excel into the cloud in order to work on them across devices. I did have to download that as well. So let's take a look at Word just so you can kind of get an idea what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and you'll see a download option if you don't already have it downloaded. So it'll open up to the template and recents screen where you can then open a blank document, create, and then you'll have pretty much every single option that you have on a Windows-based PC. And then when you're ready to save it, for instance, this is where I can save it to my OneDrive in order to get to it on my Windows-based PC. So it's pretty easy in that regard. That way everything syncs and talks to each other, and I can pick up where I left off if I need to continue working on a different device. So that is Microsoft Word. So we'll go ahead and quit that one, and we'll go back to our App Store. Okay, so like I mentioned before, you'll see the bundle of options being Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneDrive. You will not see an option for Microsoft Publisher. As far as I've researched, there's no indication for Microsoft to make a Mac OS version of Publisher. So you'll have to either use a different type of desktop publishing software, so probably something from Adobe, or create whatever you were going to create in Publisher in Microsoft Word instead. So here is Microsoft Excel, just to show you, like, here's the ribbon, here's the layout, everything's exactly the same. You even have your menu bar at the top for anything you may need there. But essentially, each Microsoft product was created by Microsoft for being on Mac OS. So you shouldn't have any gaps in options when using them on either platform. So here is PowerPoint. Let's take a look at this. You see what it looks like. And as you can tell, I haven't opened any of these in a while, um, because it's like, hey, here's what's new. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's been a while. All right, so here is PowerPoint. You still have your slide deck on the left, your ribbon across the top, and then your design ideas panel on the right hand side. Um, you can still create slideshows, put your animations in, your transitions. All of that is still available in PowerPoint. So if you were worried that if you switched over to Mac either permanently or temporarily or used both platforms that you wouldn't have access to Microsoft products, you do. So that is Microsoft Office. We've talked about Microsoft Office. Let's talk about Safari. So Safari is also an app that comes pre-installed on the Mac. It's either in your it's in your applications folder as well as most likely on your dock. Um, it is the web browser that OS devices, Mac OS and iOS devices use to search the web. Now you do have the option of downloading other browsers. This is just the one that is only available on Apple devices. So if we go ahead and open this up, it'll take you to the startup screen where you see favorites, frequently visited, and maybe privacy report. You may have different things here on the startup page based on if you've customized Safari before I show it to you. So in the upper left hand corner, there is the sidebar toggle, which will let you see your bookmarks and your reading list. So here you'll see I have only one bookmark, and a bookmark essentially is just a shortcut to get to a specific website quickly. Then you'll have your back and your forward buttons. So that's exactly the same. You'll have your privacy report icon. And so what this will do is show you if any trackers are on a particular website or how many that Safari has blocked for you. Then you'll see your search bar here where you can type in wherever you need to go or do any basic searches. So if I say define, let's define a lollipop because that's nice and wholesome. So you can either look at the dictionary here or look at the dictionary that shows up in the auto suggest panel here. You have that option too. So right now it's set to do a Google search. When you're in the search bar, you can change that if you need to. So in your menu bar, you can check out about Safari, Safari extensions, preferences, the privacy report, clear history, or quit. So if we go to preferences, this will let us do some customization of Safari. So we can change that startup page, change our home page, change where our files go. Here's where you can change what happens with your tabs, and any keyboard shortcuts you need to know are all listed there. Or if you go to search in the tabs across the top here, you can change which search engine it uses um, when you do your search in the search bar. So I can change it to DuckDuckGo, Google, Yahoo, Bing, or Ecosia. I have no idea what that one is. Ooh, so let's look that up. But anyway, so here's where you can change all of that information. Extensions, advanced. Here's where you can change um, font sizes, where you can save things to your reading list automatically, even do your passwords, autofill, security, privacy. There are all these options here of things that you can toggle in order to change Safari to work for you. Now, if you're curious about the bookmarks you may have saved on Safari on your iOS device, you will have to export those and then import them on the Mac. So you'll export them from wherever you want your bookmarks to come from. It'll save it to your device as a file. And some way, somehow, you need to get that file accessible to the Mac device in order to import. If you go to File and Import Bookmarks, and then it'll pull all of that information that you've exported and save it here. So that's what you would do in the menu bar. You also have View here. You can change all of that stuff. This is your history across the top, things you can do with the window, and then a Safari Help option is there as well. Now, across from the search, you'll have a share icon. So this will let you share whatever page you're on, add it to a bookmark or add it to your reading list, or send it, whoops, somewhere else. If you need to airdrop it, you can do that too, but I don't. So it'll still let you share that page to other sources. If you need to add a tab, you'll click the plus sign. It'll open up a new tab. And then you have your tab overview button, which will let you see the different pages that you have open. And then you can click the X in the left-hand corner to close them, or the plus to open another one. So that is Safari. Now, if you wanted to set Safari as your default browser, so anytime you open a link, either from your email or from a file you've been given access to, you can do that in Safari if you want, since I still have it open. So remember, we went to Safari and then Preferences, and then there's a Set as Default button. Or if you're already playing around in your system preferences, you can go to, let's type it up here. My brain is like, what do you want to do again? Here we go. And we're just going to type in default and general. Yep, never would have guessed. And underneath your appearance options, you have a default web browser drop down, and you can change it to Safari if you want to do it that way. If you have other browsers installed, like you see I have Opera here, if I had Chrome installed or Firefox, it would list those as well. All right, let's go ahead and close these windows and move on to Siri. Okay, so a few videos back we talked about Siri on the iOS device for an iPhone, uh, but she's also available on your Mac device. So if you weren't able to catch the previous video where I talked about Siri, um, Siri is an intelligent personal assistant, so she can help you multitask and get things done. So, for example, you can work on a document and then ask Siri to send a message to your coworker saying the document's on the way without having to stop what you're doing. So, there are uh, 3 places you can find Siri. She's on your touch bar, right above the Magic Keyboard. She's also here to the right of Safari, and then in your menu bar is the Quick Siri. I call her Quick because every time I click on her to show her, I start talking and she starts listening, and I'm like, no. So keep that in mind. If you're ready to activate Siri, you want to make sure you're not talking about something else. So, for instance, we could say, add a 10 a.m. meeting for tomorrow.
It's on your calendar for tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Just like that. So let's see, what else can we do? Find a coffee place near me.
Here's what I found.
Ooh, so I could say, if I'm having a meeting and need to look for a place really quickly, I can ask Siri and then go ahead and look at that meeting we set up for tomorrow. Let's see, looks like Post Coffee Company is closest. So I can open that meeting up straight from Siri. It's tomorrow. Edit the event. So I can change the location here and say post coffee company, the one on US 24 Highway. So it was pretty easy to get something that simple done, have Siri post a meeting. Let's see if we can have Siri cancel it. So we can click and say, cancel my meeting tomorrow.
Let me know which appointment you'd like to cancel. Meeting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. New event at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Facebook event at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Private appointment at 130 at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. Or don't cancel anything.
10 a.m. tomorrow.
Should I remove this from your calendar?
Yes.
All right. I took it off your calendar.
So see, pretty easy. I didn't have to do anything. And I could also be doing other things while Siri's doing that. So let's see. We can also ask Siri anything by also pressing and holding the command key and the space bar for Siri if you need a keyboard shortcut. So let me think. Let's ask her, what's the weather like in Lake Tahoe?
It's currently clear around 81 degrees in South Lake Tahoe, California.
And so I was able to activate Siri by using my command and spacebar. Now, if you wanted to customize Siri, you can go to your system preferences, and Siri has their own menu in your system preferences where you can change the voice, you can change the keyboard shortcut. So right now it says hold command and space. You can do option space or customize it. You can choose the language. I am going to leave it at English because, whew. Okay, so now we have the voice
Hi,
variety
I'm
of
Siri.
American,
Choose the voice
Hungarian,
you'd like me to
Indian,
use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose
and
the
then you
voice
have
you'd
two
like me to use.
options.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use. Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
There we go. That's the one that I have on my phone. So we're going to go ahead and leave it as that. So here you can also do voice feedback. So it's on or off. Do Siri history. Show Siri in the menu bar. You can toggle that on or off. And you'll notice up next to the date, that icon is gone, but it's still in my touch bar and it's still here in the Finder applications. So it's not gone, it's just not up here. Here we go. And then you can also access Siri suggestions and privacy. And then there's a question mark here to take you to the macOS user guide for Siri help. So this will give you options for, hey, if your laptop is locked, do you still want Siri to come on? You can do that. You can change the Siri voice, Siri history, and so a little bit more information about how Siri works by clicking on the question mark bubble. And then here, if you need Siri to say, if you want to change what Siri does depending on the app you want, you select the app, and then you can either toggle on or off certain privacy options for Siri for that app. So we'll say done. We picked our voice. We can turn enable ask Siri on or off. So if you are just like no on the Siri train, cool, you can turn Siri off if you want to do it that way. Now it'll still be in your touch bar, so you'll have to go to your touch bar, which is right above keyboard, and do customize control strip, and then take Siri out of your touch bar. Oh, you have to drag it from the bottom. So from here, up. There we go. Removed it. This is if you want to add it. There we go. So you can pull Siri out of your touch bar if you don't want it there. And if you don't want Siri in the menu bar, it can be gone from there. But you'll still have the app if you want to do it that way, but then you'll have to turn Siri back on. And that's what I have for you. So even though the series has come to an end, we can still talk about what we learned. So in skill set 1, we did some basic navigation, learned a little bit about keyboard shortcuts, the menu bar, and the dock. In skill set 2, Paige talked to you all about Finder. Then we looked at system preferences and the touch bar. And then for our final video, we covered how to get Office, how Safari works, and we chatted with Siri just for a little bit. All right. Thanks for sticking with me for MacBook Pro Basics skill set number 4. I hope that you learned something new. If you missed any of the previous videos, please check the comments for the links to the video before this one. And leave a comment for any other MacBook or Mac OS content that you would like to see. Tell us what you want. Have a good day. And we want to thank you for watching. Follow us to find more videos just like this. Our page on Facebook is MCPL 360. We're here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you miss us on Facebook, you'll still find these same videos on our YouTube channel at MCPL Mo. Find our consumer technology playlist. Have a good day.